So something that I've not personally done, but I know a few people that have, is lease a vehicle. It's kind of a way to get a new vehicle rather frequently. At least that's been, the people that I know, their experience with it. They would lease a vehicle for a certain amount of time, and then at the end of the lease, they basically turn the car over, and they could either purchase it for what's left of the value of the car, or they could sign a new lease and get a new vehicle. My grandpa did that for a while, but it seems like every 2 years he had a new van that he was driving. There are a couple of different kinds of leases you can get with the vehicle. It is essentially your vehicle, just like if you were to buy a new one. You're making payments on it every single month. You still have to pay title and licensing fees, but you don't have any rights to the vehicle after the lease. So basically, you're kind of borrowing it. I guess you turn it back over to the leasing company. You can, like I said, you can either buy the car at the end of the lease for what's left on the value of the car, or turn it over, sign a new lease, get a new car. You don't have any equity in the car, though. Like, you can't turn around and sell it at the end of the lease because it's not yours. There's this website I ran across that really kind of explains if it would be beneficial for you to lease a car or not. The website's here, listed here. It's worth reading through if it's something that you're interested in. Generally, monthly payments for a lease are less expensive than monthly payments if you were buying a car outright. If you want a new car, if you really like that idea of having a new car every so often, you can kind of look at it that way too. So something to think about. We're going to look at what a lease actually costs you as the consumer. There's two different kinds of leases. There's what's called a closed-end and an open-ended lease. The closed-ended lease basically was kind of what I kind of talked about. You make your monthly payments, and at the end of the lease, you give the keys back, and you're done. As long as you didn't damage the car or go over the mileage allotment they give you. Like, if they give you 10,000 miles in a year. If you drive it 20,000 miles, you're going to have to pay some money for the overage on your mileage. If you stay under it, then you're good. An open-ended lease is where you kind of agree to buy the car at the end of the lease, and that's what they expect of you. I think it was my sister that had she had gone so far over on her mileage because she leased the car in Florida and then moved to Illinois. So she put a whole bunch of miles on that car that when her lease was up, it was actually cheaper for her to buy the car outright than it was to pay the overage on the mileage. If you understood that, great. If you didn't, it doesn't really matter because it's my sister and it doesn't affect you. So there are some things that you still have to contend with, though. You still have to pay your annual license for the car. Anything like that, insurance, all that, you still have to keep the car insured. It is your car while you're paying on the lease. So it works very similar to buying a car. Payments are generally less because you're only paying for the value of the car that you've driven, right? If it's a $50,000 car, but you only drive it for a couple of years, you're not paying for the full $50,000 of the car. You're only paying for the value of the car during those couple of years, because of depreciation and whatnot. So just to kind of give you a real simple example here, Ralph leased a pickup truck to use for his lawn care business. There we go. He pays $199 a month for 60 months, and his deposit was $2,500. Basically, if there's any damage that would come out of that deposit, it'd be like a deposit on an apartment or anything else like that. He paid $80 title fee and $45 license fee. Wow, I wish that was us. I paid $151 for my license last month. So what's the total cost? So he is making 60 payments. Each one of those payments is $199. He paid a $2,500 deposit. He paid a $80 title fee and $45 license fee. Okay, so this is basically his monthly payment, and then the extra stuff that he had to have added on here. So we're going to calculate the total cost of his lease, 60 times $199 plus the $2,500 deposit plus 80 plus 45. So the total cost of his lease was $14,565. Now, that vehicle, like I said, it might have been like a $60,000 car. He paid a lot less than $60,000 on it. And those are some pretty affordable monthly payments too. So it looks like having a lease on a vehicle, the payments are significantly less. It might actually let you get more car for your dollar. All right, same thing, just without the training wheels here. So Tashira, that's what I name. Tashira's leased a minivan. She paid $229. Oops, $229, not 29. $229 a month for 39 months. She had a $1,000 deposit, a $57.50 title fee, and 48. Numbers are turning around on me today. Okay, so payments times month, so 229 times 39. Then add on the $1,000 deposit, the license and title. Total cost of this lease was $10,037. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. We did something really similar with figuring out how much you paid on a car when we did the new car purchase. So, okay, that's it. You might want to take a look at that website if this is anything that ever crosses your mind. So some interesting information there.